Hello, this is Bronwen to Phoenix, and this is a call to speak to Stephen Merchant, which I'm going to pick up now. Hello?
Yes, hi, is this Bronwen?
Yes, speaking. Hi.
Hi, I have Stephen Merchant for you.
Yes, great. Just put him through.
Okay, great. We'll have 10 minutes, and I'll give you a last question warning.
Okay, great.
Okay, you guys are connected? Hello?
Hello. Hi, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, where in the world are you right now?
I'm in London, snowy London.
I'm in Edinburgh, and it's actually very sunny. So I understand we don't have a lot of time.
How weird.
Yeah, I know, right? It should be snowing, but it's not.
Nothing just.
So, I understand we don't have much time, so we should really get into talking about movie 43. It's been described as a shocking and outrageous new ensemble comedy. I watched the trailer and it seems quite inappropriately funny, but how shocking is it really? Would you say it's breaking any boundaries?
Well, it's certainly very naughty. I mean, there's lots of rude words and rude behaviour and rude images. There's not much that shocks me anymore. I've been doing comedy a long time, and so I've seen, particularly on stage, people go into some pretty crazy dark places. But I'm sure there's still some sensibilities out there that will be a bit rattled.
Yeah, I was
think
going to
particularly
say.
if you're a teenager, you won't believe you're loved. Famous people saying rude things. I mean, that's always going to be funny.
Yeah, I know, right? I was going to say, do you think in our jaded, increasingly numbed down society, people are actually going to be shocked by it? But you've kind of answered that question now. So, the part you're in...
Well, I think in this country, particularly recently, sort of things have become more conservative, not just because of the Conservative government, but just generally I feel like people are kind of retreating back into their shells a bit. And so, I'm sure there'll still be a lot of people who find this deeply offensive.
Great, sounds fantastic. So the part you're in is called Truth or Dare with Halle Berry. Tell us a bit about that and your role, if you can.
Say that again, sorry? Say that about what?
The part you're in is called Truth or Dare, I understand, with Halle Berry.
Right.
Could you tell us a little bit about that and your role in particular?
Well, I did a movie with Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly brothers called Hall Pass a couple of years ago, and he said to me after we finished doing that, "Do you want to go on a blind date with Halle Berry for a comedy sketch?" And I was like, "Yep, that's pretty much the best way I could spend 24 hours." And so that's why I did it. And it's me and her, and we're on a blind date, and she suggests we play Truth or Dare, and it starts with kind of fairly gentle dares, and it kind of builds to a sort of absurd conclusion. And that's pretty much it. I once again I've really gone outside of my comfort zone, and I'm playing an English nerd. Who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah,
who doesn't want to see me on a date with Halle Berry?
Exactly,
I
right?
do.
So what was that like to film? I hear you do a stripper dance at one point. What was that like?
I do a stripper dance. I'm pretty gung-ho, to me, the more undignified you can make me on screen, probably the funnier it's going to be. So I was happy to do that. Peter kept on making suggestions of kind of ruder, strippery actions I could do, and I had to keep explaining to the extras who were playing the hen party that this was not my idea, and that this old man was telling me to do these creepy things. But yeah, I mean, given that Halle kind of goes pretty much out there, and she's got more to lose than I have. She's a dignified Oscar-winning actress. I'm just some knob from Bristol. So if she was willing to go for it, then I felt I should as well.
Okay, and apparently some of the jokes in Truth or Dare are quite shocking and offensive, but there are actually parts that were so bad they didn't make the final cut. Do you know which parts got left out and what they were?
I'm not sure I do, actually. I think our sketch is relatively tame compared with some of the other decadent as a whole. But I don't remember there being stuff absent from the version I saw that we didn't shoot. I mean, it was a while ago that we did it now, so I can't remember. Maybe you're right. I don't remember. There's, that we as I say, I mean, I don't really want to give too much away, but we basically end up, not looking like the two beautiful creatures that we are normally by the end of the sketch, and that's still the same. So I don't know what they cut out.
Oh, I just read that in the director's statement, so I thought I'd ask you about it.
Don't remember.
So there's a very impressive cast lineup in this one. Did you get to meet everyone from the film?
I met no one else. I think, that was basically the way they managed to get this done, was to corner these big stars whenever they were available. It took them a while to put the movie together, I think. And so no, I mean, we all did our stuff independently. So no, I've never met most of those people, which is very strange, very weird to think that we're in a film together, but we've never met.
Well, it sounds fantastic anyway. I'm really looking forward to watching it now. So you've been in a couple of Hollywood movies already. Is it something you enjoy doing as opposed to, say, writing, directing, or even stand-up?
Yes, because it's different. It's a very different experience. When someone asks me to do an acting role, I don't have really any responsibility. I mean, someone else has done most of the work. Directing and writing is much more stressful than for me, at least, sort of doing the kind of acting I'm asked to do. So, if I show up and do a little bit in a film, it's great. I get treated well. They put me in a hotel. They take me, drive me to and from the set, and I get to kind of fall over or do something stupid, and it's very fun. It's like a real day off for me. So I always enjoy doing it. I just don't get asked very often, which is a shame, because as I say, it's a lot of fun.
All right, and I hear there's a new comedy series called Hello Ladies. What's happening with that at the moment?
Well, that will film later in the year, and it's for the American channel HBO, and it's a show which is me as a kind of awkward English nerdy guy once again, failing to romance the women of Los Angeles, and trying to sort of gain entry to the kind of Hollywood glamour, and just not getting in there. And and so that's the premise, and we're sort of writing it at the moment, and then we'll shoot it, and I guess it'll be on TV in the States later in the year. And so that's where we're at the moment.
Exciting.
We have time for one last question.
Okay. I've actually seen your stand-up DVD of the same name, and I thought it was charmingly hilarious. Will it be sort of along the same kind of lines, and does it kind of reflect on your real life a little bit? Are you single at the moment?
Yes, I am, and that's pretty much what the show will be. Yes, it will be kind of cut from the same cloth. It's not me as myself. I'm a character, but certainly I'll be drawing on all those kind of stories and misfortunes and all those kind of blunders. So it's sort of autobiographical, but indirectly.
Okay, great. Well, that sounds really fun to watch as well. Can't wait. Well, thanks very much for talking to me, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Great.
Cool.
Okay, bye.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.